20 them. Peace and love, everybody. We got another reaction for y'all, Twin. You see who I got with me? Shorty?
Yo, KB doing it in the motherfucker.
Okay. Today we reacting to The More You Learn, The More You Earn by Myron Golden. Alright? You already know the deal. Like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the community Discord. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video, Shorty.
Would you like to give yourself a raise? Not just an incremental raise, but an exponential raise. I'm not talking about 25 cents an hour raise. I'm not talking about $500 a year raise. I'm talking about a raise in multiples where at some point in your life, you can fully expect your annual income to become your monthly income, and your monthly income to become your weekly income, and your weekly income to become your daily income. Because if that's what you'd like, that's exactly what I'm going to talk to you about in this video. Have you ever thought about the fact
Let's get into it.
that everything that you desire right now and don't have is on the other side of something you don't know or haven't learned and implemented yet? So whether or not you realize this, the learning gap is the earning gap. And the people, see, back in the olden days, as they used to say back in the olden days, right? Back in the olden days, it made sense to specialize in a thing and to go and get educated in that thing over a long period of time so you can do that one thing for the rest of your life. Without
no bullshit though, but like going to college.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking in my head.
Bro, but like now it feel like you don't have to go to college to learn one specific thing no more.
Exactly.
Like it's like you gotta learn multiple things now because it's a whole plethora of things you can do.
Bro, to make money.
Bro.
Usually, that's why I say like I don't want to go to college type beat, because I know if I go to college to go to like for computer science or something,
yeah,
I'm not going.
Why computer science though?
I don't know. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not going to want to sit there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nah. Like it'd be cool to learn more about computers and stuff like that and get paid for it. But I want to get paid for having fun and living the life I want to live, not for somebody else.
And most of the people that go to college, it's a statistic where most people that go to college don't actually end up doing that career that they went to college for.
They just wasting money.
Bro,
putting themselves in debt.
No cap.
Without going into too much detail, wealth transfers from sector to sector through from era to era. Era, E-R-A, not error, E-R-R-O-R. From era to era,
so
wealth transfers.
So he's saying like if we build wealth, right? If our family tree, like everybody above us, our parents, right?
Yeah.
They got wealth.
Yeah.
And it transfers to us type beat.
Type it.
And then we do what we do with that and it transfers to our generation that we build.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's saying.
Bro. But the thing about that is each generation, each era has to learn about that financial literacy and like how to handle that money, or else the whole thing just gonna be totally out of whack.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I was watching another one of his videos. It was like, let's say I get super rich, right? My son won't have to learn nothing. Well, he gonna learn something, but he won't.
You got to change it up though, because is you gonna be rich or you gonna be wealthy?
Wealthy. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be wealthy.
Okay. All right.
Type orange juice on your hands and shit.
Come on, dog.
But I'm saying like if I was wealthy, right, and I bring up my son into this world, he won't have to do much work.
Yeah.
But his son, he gonna have to relearn all of it. Type beat.
Yeah.
Like wealth, broke type shit. Even though he ain't broke, but he ain't gonna know we rich, we wealthy type beat.
Yeah. So like you gonna make them work for a type.
Exactly. But my son, he ain't gonna have to do all that.
You not gonna teach your kid how to?
No, I said I'm gonna teach him. I said it's not like he ain't gonna know nothing, but I'm gonna teach him. He just ain't gonna have to do as much. But his son, he gonna have to learn more.
Why? Why you feel that way?
Cause I feel like I'm not just finna have no wealth. I'm not just finna have no wealthy family and all of my people not working for something.
Right.
So I'm saying like, I'm wealthy. I'm gonna put my son in a position where he don't gotta work.
Right.
Type B. But my grandson, he gonna have to work and learn. So
okay,
so it's like a process to keep going.
Yeah, I get what you. And then his son gonna have to he ain't gonna have to learn all that, and then his grandson gonna have
Exactly.
type shit. I got what you saying. I feel you.
Into different sectors. What does that mean? Well, if you can look at from the beginning of time, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, through the mid 1700s, the economic infrastructure of the world is based on agriculture, and so the wealth was based on land and how much land you owned, and if you raise crops or you raise cattle on that land, you could be wealthy, right? Change happened very, very slowly because you had one seed time and one harvest time every year, so you had one opportunity per year to create wealth. Anyway. So fast forward to the mid 1700s, we go from the agricultural age, we go into the industrial age, and we start using more machines and more technology to farm the land and to transport what we farm. And so it increases productivity because of technology. And in the industrial age, in the agricultural age, if you were born into a wealthy family, you were born rich and you lived rich and you died rich unless some other country came and conquered your land and stole your wealth, right? You would live wealthy your whole life. But in the industrial age, it created the new rich. People who weren't rich when they were born, but they lived rich and died rich, right? And there are lots of industrial.
Hey, it was unlocked.
He just unlocked it when you knocked on the door.
Age moguls that we can think about, whether it be Rockefeller, whether it be Ford, whether it be Carnegie, so many people in that era created wealth because of technology and machines. And interestingly enough, the industrial age lasted from the mid 1700s to the mid 1900s, a couple hundred years. And in the mid 1900s, because we were producing so much stuff with all of our machines, that
you created an environment in which I could discover who I really am.
Right, so you see how he just said how people were starting to make a lot of money when technology started to advance.
No, bro.
Right, so like we were doing with the crypto, like last week.
Yeah.
Like crypto and stuff like that, that's becoming a new technology to everybody. So that's gonna be another way for other people to make money.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not even just the currency or the fact that we have a new currency or a way to pay for things, but it's a way now that you have NFTs and stuff like that. You can write up contracts, you can secure information, all types of stuff. So you can create companies off of just being able to secure somebody else's information. You see what I'm saying? So it's becoming more ways for new jobs, new advances for people to make money type shit.
Oh, bro.
Type shit.
we had to figure out a way to get all the stuff we're producing distributed all over the world. And so we went from the industrial age to the distribution age, and the distribution age started in around, like really blew up in the mid 1950s, all the way through the mid 1970s, through like 1978. And so more wealth was created in the industrial age than the agricultural age, and more wealth was created in the distribution age than in the agriculture and then in the industrial age. But then in 1978, they created the personal computer, and the personal computer introduced the technology age. And in the technology age, like techno-how was wealth. And you had Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and Michael Dell and Steve Wozniak, these kids that were in their 20s who were becoming millionaires and decamillionaires and hectamillionaires and billionaires in their 20s and 30s. Like, what is this? Like, who does that? And I don't know if some of y'all are old enough to remember that back in the late 70s, early 80s, everybody wanted to go to school for computer programming, right? But they didn't realize that Bill Gates started programming computers in 1968. So he had 10 years jump on the economic era. He had 10 years of preparation to prepare for the economic era that he made his fortune in, right? But he learned a skill before that skill was necessary. He showed up early. And then we went from the from 1978 to the mid 1990s. In the 1990s, we got introduced to the internet through Prodigy and CompuServe. Some of y'all are like, Prodigy, who, what, and did what? So some of y'all are old enough to remember when the internet was nothing more than bulletin boards. And I'm like, why would somebody want to read those black screens with green letters? Who cares, right? And more wealth was created. And then people started learning how to use technology to educate people and entertain people. And entertain people in an educational way and educate people in an entertaining way. And what I call the techno-info edutainment age was born, right? And that was from like 2003 to 2008. You say,
I'm low-key lost, I'm not gonna lie.
So look, you know how when new technology and new things come, like people usually say like, no, forget that. Like it ain't gonna be nothing. It's not gonna do nothing for nobody.
Bro.
That's what he's saying. Like back then when computers first came out,
yeah,
and like the internet and stuff,
nobody was really interested in it.
Right. And they didn't see how it could really change the world type.
Bro.
And so now when new stuff come out, people doing the same thing all over again, and they saying this ain't gonna do nothing.
Bro.
But when it starts to advance and people start using it,
everybody want to jump on when it's too late.
Bro. But the people who was in it at the beginning made millions of billions of dollars.
Exactly.
Okay.
You say, Myron, what are you saying? I'm saying that each economic era, if you've noticed this, lasted for a shorter period of time, which means the people who lived in that economic era had less time to tool up. Each subsequent economic era had less time to tool up and less time to work in the field that they learned to work in. Well, as time progresses, that becomes even more true over time. So wealth in the present and future age belongs to the people who can learn new things the fastest and implement them the soonest. That's where wealth is. Wealth is not in knowing what used to be true, because what used to be true ain't necessarily true anymore. Exactly. There was a time when telling all of our children what you need to do is you need to go to school and you need to study hard, get good grades, you can graduate and get a good job with a good company and they'll take care of you. There was a time that made sense. But by the time a person graduates from college, the textbooks they used at least in their sophomore and freshman year are outdated. It doesn't even matter anymore. Mm-hmm. And so we have to learn things faster than we used to learn things. And what made me think about this, I was reading some comments on the video that I just posted, I think this week, called Automatic Money Machines. Somebody said, well, Myron's showing us all this money that he makes from selling books, but what if you don't know what to write about? What if you don't know how to write a book? What if you don't know how to sell a book? What if you don't know how? And I'm not even making fun of that. I'm saying it slowly because I want us to think about, what if you don't know how? You didn't know how to walk?
Is that petty to say though?
It's not petty.
It's not petty, but like, you can laugh at that.
Oh, bro.
Because people just like,
they don't want to take the time to learn. Is what he's trying to say.
And I'm not going to lie. At one point, I was that way.
Me too.
The boy.
I'm still that way. Not even going to lie. I'm still that way because I know we could be making billions of dollars off crypto.
For real.
We could real life take the time to learn and take over everything.
For real.
Everything. And we don't do that. Yeah. We just stick to the
basics.
We stick to the basics and we convince ourselves that the basics is hard to do.
For real.
And we barely even do the basics.
No bullshit.
But once we lock in and, you feel me, put our full potential into it,
it's going to be over with.
Bro.
It's going to be over with.
Talk or go to the bathroom when you landed on this planet. And you think not knowing is an inhibition, like a real one? You couldn't ride a bike, you couldn't use a phone, you couldn't use a computer, you couldn't use a television set, you couldn't write, you couldn't read, you couldn't do arithmetic, and you think not knowing is a reason?
No, that was a bar. That was a bar. He said, so when we first was growing up type shit.
Yeah.
And we didn't know how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to drink out of a cup, eat with a spoon, eat with a fork.
Read, right.
Exactly. But eventually over time we learn how to do all that stuff.
Exactly.
So why is it so hard now to want to learn what you actually want to learn? Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean. I feel like, hold on, I gotta find a way to break this down. Wait, repeat what you said.
Like, why is it so hard now when we older to actually want to learn what we want to learn? Like, we wanted to learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
We wanted to learn how to eat with a spoon, so we have to eat with our hands.
I feel like it's because, boom, right? We younger, right?
Yeah.
We don't got more, we didn't have responsibilities to look after, to do.
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have a lot of things to do. So things like riding a bike, reading, writing, and stuff like that, I feel like that was just fun to us.
Right. So how do we make what we want to do fun now then?
Just do it how we want to do it.
Type.
Because I feel like now that we older, we got a lot of stuff in our heads, like people telling us that boom, hold on, let me say this one more time. Hold on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Lock in. Go ahead.
We got the internet in front of our faces, right?
Right.
We got people with rich ass parents. My fault for the potty mouth, but you feel me? Rich parents that's really giving them everything they want and need out of life.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's people that real life gotta work.
Mm-hmm.
And them having to work is taking away their free time from wanting to learn what they want to learn type B, because they're trying to keep up with the average lifestyle that people is making like original.
Right. So,
and we don't want to be original type shit.
Yeah. We scared, what is it called? FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
We don't want to miss out on the lifestyle that everybody else has type.
While we trying to get to the life that we want.
Right.
We trying to keep up with a lifestyle that's average.
Bro, we trying to live two different lives at the same time.
But I feel like if we had the option, like if our parents was wealthy and had everything set up for us, and we had the option to sit back and really go after what we want to go after, we could have been way far with this shit.
Bro, and I feel like that's the reason that we in the situation that we is, to show us how hard or how much work you have to put in to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we did have the freedom to do what we want to do to get to where we want to go already, then it would have been easy. Because we already created, we already think of ideas even when we trying to live two different lives at the same time.
Exactly.
Bro, that's crazy. You did a great job breaking that down. I ain't gonna lie.
From doing something when there's more information on how to do everything today than there's ever been in the history of the world? Really? Like, I get it. You graduated from high school.
Go ahead.
Another thing, like you were saying, your question was how will we make it fun for us?
Yeah.
What I think what's stopping us from making it fun is because of the image we think we have on other people, like how people view us.
Right.
Like let's say it's a 20-year-old that don't got a job and he just chasing his dreams, right? He not making no money at the time from his dreams, and everybody looking at him like he just some bum that don't know nothing about life type shit.
Talk that shit.
But once you feel me? Once his dreams started taking off, and the nigga started getting paid, he started making that money on. Everybody gonna be like, you feel me? How he do that type shit?
For real. But you doubted him the whole time.
Bro, then he surpassed everybody that got it, that working 9 to 5, that's doing all this other stuff. And now he just got hella free time from just chasing his dream.
No cap. And I think the way that you just broke it down, the way I think about it, is throwing like a football or baseball.
What you mean?
So like when you throw a football or baseball, you gotta cock that. You feel me? You gotta load up.
Bro.
And what you was just talking about for that example was he was loading up.
Exactly.
But they just throwing quick passes.
Bro.
But he
loading up to chuck that bitch.
Bro.
Bro, not you feel me? Like once it all come down to that point, he got free time to take a flight wherever he want, while y'all still got to clock in to y'all jobs.
Bro, because you trying to keep up with a lifestyle that you feel me, that you know ain't for you.
Bro.
School already. I get it. You graduated from college already. I get it. You got good grades. I get it. They told you were smart. But if you bought into that enough to stop learning, you might find yourself as an educated fool. Because the world is changing way too fast for you to only know what you learned last year.
So you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now? Well, forget about stocks, crypto, and real estate, because
way too fast for you to only know what you learned last year.
And so,
what you mean?
Like, you know how he was saying people that go to college?
Yeah.
They go to college for like computer science, like I said.
Yeah.
They graduate from college, and then they just stick to that for the rest of their lives.
But then while they doing that, the world is changing. They're staying in the same place.
Exactly.
Facts.
You know, I'm sure people look at me and they say, "How's this old dude building a YouTube channel? YouTube for kids."
Exactly.
Okay. Here's how. This old dude don't stop learning. This old dude learned more this week than people who are thinking it's hard have learned in the last 3 years. You know why? Because I know the gap between what I know and what I don't know is way bigger than the entire body of knowledge that I've learned in my 62 years.
That's facts, because you real life, if you think about it, you real life don't know nothing.
That's facts.
You real life don't know nothing, bro.
Okay.
For real.
Okay.
Because I be thinking about that sometimes, like with my YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I really don't know nothing.
It's always something else to learn.
Exactly.
And I feel like those people that be feeling like they know everything.
Exactly.
I feel like once they get humbled and like they realize that they don't know everything, I feel like their whole world just gonna crash.
Bro. Like I can see, let's say, so I'm doing YouTube, you doing YouTube, right? You doing your clothing brand.
Right.
You really don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's somebody, let's say it's a clothing brand owner way bigger than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing numbers and stuff like that. You'll look at him like he know everything.
Right.
But he really don't know nothing either. Because it's somebody bigger than him.
Right. It's always a bigger fish in the pond type shit.
Exactly.
Okay. And I also want to add this too. For the older people and the younger people. The older people like to say that they know everything.
Facts.
And they can't learn from the younger people.
Facts.
But if you think about it, the younger people know all the new knowledge that's coming in.
Exactly. The older people still stuck on the life that they lived while they was growing up at our age.
Right.
So they try to tell us what they know.
Exactly.
That's what I was trying to say when you was like when you asked that question when you was talking about riding a bike.
Yeah.
How we don't put our time into learning, into making what we want to do fun.
Yeah.
I think that's a big impact too.
Okay.
With all of our elders in our ear.
For real.
About like having to like live into the life that they had to live up to.
Yeah.
When we see way bigger things and we looking at way different things than they was brought up to. We being brought up on way different things.
Okay.
A lot of more advanced, different knowledge.
For real. And bro, these kids be knowing a lot.
Exactly.
Like my nieces and nephews, bro. If y'all just don't understand how smart these kids is.
Exactly.
A lot of these kids come out of the womb, like say they 1 year old and they walking or they talking. Jason, for example.
Oh, bro.
Jason was talking when he was literally 8 months old.
Bro.
Like you couldn't really understand it, but some words he would say clear as day.
Bro.
And it was crazy. But older people stop thinking that you know everything and that we don't know nothing.
Bro.
We already know that you know more than us for where you at in your life, but we know the new things that you're supposed to know to keep going.
Exactly.
Type shit.
And while other people are saying, but what do I do? I'm looking for how do I get it done? And I would recommend that you do the same thing. There's no reason. I guarantee you, if we looked hard enough, we could find videos on YouTube that would teach us how to write and publish a book.
You don't even gotta look hard for that. That's the thing.
Now, book's not
Search it up.
the biggest money maker in the world, but probably the most long-term money maker in the history of the world. I don't know of any other thing that's been like making money for people as long as books have. I mean, think about it. Books have been around for a long time.
They're being made every day.
So, like, people say, I don't know how to do it. Okay. Well, there was a time, like when I was growing up, you didn't know how to do it. You had to take a class, or you had to go to school, or you had to go to the library and get a book, or to a bookstore and get a book.
That's extra steps.
Now you can watch it on YouTube. You can listen to it on Audible. You can listen to it on a podcast. There is so much, but I don't know which information to listen to. Listen to the stuff that's going to help you do the thing that's going to move the needle for you. Watch the stuff that's going to help you learn the skills that are going to move the needle for you. Find somebody who reminds you of you, only smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Learn what they know, and don't change it. Just go do it until you figure out how to do your own thing. Because your own thing is just a combination of all the things of all the people you done copied already anyhow. Right? You didn't invent walking, baby. Are y'all tracking? So, here's how it works. I am a very slow reader. slow reader, but I'm a very fast audiobook listener to her. I get more out of an audiobook listening to it at 2 times speed than I do getting it, like listening to it at 1 time speed. I mean, it's just like, I don't even know. What is this dude talking about? So it sounds like he's talking backwards, right? Okay, anyway. So, but learning is just as challenging for me as it is for anybody else. But here's the difference. I know the time's going to go by anyway, so I might as well learn it.
You want to know the key to fixing and flipping? Don't fix and flip. Instead, be the one person.
Oh, I remember when I first found out about this thing called, quote, internet marketing. Internet marketing, that sounds fascinating. And so I got this internet marketing training program by this guy named Ron LeGrand. He had this conference and he had all these people teaching in it. And then there was this kid named Corey Rudel. And Corey was the guy who invented like the whole idea of selling ebooks and autoresponders. He like invented this concept. And I started listening to all these cassette tapes. That's how long ago it was, right? This was in the early 2000s. I'm listening to these cassette tapes and I'm like, this is going to work. This is going to be great. I already knew how to write sales copy. I just didn't know the technology part. I only knew one person who knew the technology part. That was my brother, Dwayne. So I called him. I'm like, Dwayne, dude, you build websites for people. I found out about this thing called internet marketing. We could partner. You could build the websites. I can write the sales copy. We can get rich. He was not feeling it. So he's younger than me, but he has an MBA. He was a corporate executive. He had a little side hustle where he built websites for people, and he hated it because people wouldn't give him all the information that he needed to build the websites, and then he'd build the website, and then they wanted to change it, and it was just like a hassle fest. And so when I said, dude, let's partner. And I kept saying this to him over and over and over. And one day I'm at his house, we're having a barbecue or something. I'm at his house, dude, we can make all this money. He says, look, man. I'm like, whoa, bro, pump the brakes, bro. He said, if you want to learn how to build websites, do what I did. Go to the church library and get these videos. Professor teaches Microsoft front page and watch them. And then you'll know how to build a website like I know how to build a website. Now I'm both irritated that my little brother's screaming at me and I'm confused. Why do we have videos in the church library about how to build a website? I was like, what is this? I'm like, okay. The next day, I went to the church library and I got the videos. Professor teaches, but it was Professor teaches Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft front page, Microsoft front page. That's what you use to build websites before Kajabi, before ClickFunnels, before High Level, before all these other programs they have now. And it was so technically involved, and all the people in the internet marketing courses are saying, yeah, you have to make sure you put that on your index.html. And I'm like, what's an index.html? And like, none of it was like learning to speak a foreign language.
I felt like he just speaking for no reason.
You think he ain't saying nothing in substance?
Yeah.
But you gotta listen to what he's saying though, because everything that he says is gonna lead up to what he's trying to say.
Yeah. I'm not saying I don't understand the video. I'm just saying like this part, like the last 30 seconds we just watched.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Everything that he's saying now is gonna lead up to what he's gonna say at the end.
Okay, Chief.
All you had to speak it. That's how hard it was. There was no point and click and drag and drop to build a website. That universe did not exist. It literally took me a whole month, 8 hours a day, like to build my first website. And I used to teach network marketers how to do network marketing. So I had this program called Bigger, Better, Faster Network Marketing. It's 4 audio cassettes that I sold for $67. That was my first online offer. And then every now and then I'd combine this program that I created for my accountant called Tax Reduction University. I'd combine them together. That was like $197, but I put them together. I'd sell them together as a package for $97. Okay, so anyway, so I got this little package, Microsoft front page. And my goal, I said, if I can just make $400 my first month, I know this is going to work. By the way, after I got the website done, it took me 2 weeks to figure out how to take the money. Back then, you had to have a merchant account, a shopping cart, and a gateway. And you had to get those things separately, and then you had to put them all together, and then you had to like create the product in the shopping cart, and then go. It was just a thing. I'm like, what in the world? Who does all this? Okay, anyway, got it done. I said, if I can make $400, this is going to work. If I can make $700, I will be the king of Internet Marketing Mountain. I did not make $400 my first month. I did not make $700 my first month. I made $6,700 my first month doing something that a month prior I did not know how to do. But what did I do? I figured it out. How did I figure it out? I just found whatever resources were available, and I just put my head down, nose to the grindstone, and learned it. I thought it was a fluke. I thought it was a fluke because this guy named Jeff invited me to speak on his conference call. Of the $6,700 in sales I did, $5,700 of it came in one day from that conference call. So I'm like, okay, $5,700 came in one day. So
all you gotta do, like he said, put your head down and learn it. Bro, I feel like a lot of us be going outside. Like you can go outside. Like I have no problem with you being outside, hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. But if you got somewhere to be and you got something that you trying to get done, being outside and just hanging around is not gonna help at all. It's not gonna help you get to where you want to be. And I know being like locked in the house, being locked in can sometimes be so frustrating because it feels like you have no life. But you gotta think of the outcome you have to think of the outcome that's gonna happen after everything is said and done.
Yeah, think of the future.
Yeah.
Cause being outside is fun. Time passed by though.
Right.
So boom, after you get out, let's say you just outside having fun for a week straight.
Right.
You come back in the house. You feel me? You don't got nothing good going for yourself. All you can say is, okay, I had fun all week.
Okay.
That's all you can say.
Mm-hmm. And then
you sit in the house for a week straight, learning something new and working towards your dreams. A week you come back and check, you way further with what it was you was trying to do than you was the week prior.
Oh, bro.
So I thought it was a fluke. But here's what wasn't a fluke. I decided if I got $5,700 from his conference call, I need to start my own conference call. See, I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I ain't no wooden spoon. And I started a conference call. And I started doing a conference call every Tuesday night called The Hour to Empower. And every fourth, fifth, or sixth Tuesday night, I would make an offer. The rest of the time, it was just teaching. The next month, I made $5,700. A month after that, I made $5,100. A month after that, and just kept on going. By December, my first month was June. December, I had my first $10,000 month. Why? Because I learned something that I didn't know. I remember when I got ready to write my first book, which is called The Ebony Treasure Map, The Roadmap to Riches for African Americans. It became this. So I wrote that book. I got on an airplane. I flew from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to Orlando, Florida. I went to Mark Victor Hansen's Mega Book Marketing University. The hotel cost me $2,000 for that week. The event cost me $1,000, and I bought another $15,000 worth of coaching programs while I was there. Why? I didn't want to just write a book. I wanted to become a best-selling author. So I was willing to pay the people who knew to learn what they knew that I didn't know. And guess what? The first week the book came out, I sold 900 copies at $20 a piece.
You took a bet on
I only had 500 copies printed. I had to rush back and get some more printed real quick. You say, Myron, what are you saying? I'm saying everything that you desired, all the money you desire to earn, is on the other side of what you haven't learned and implemented yet. And guess what? The best time to start learning was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
The next best time is now.
I'm not even 20 years old.
Because the time's going to go by whether you learn the thing or not. The more you earn, the more you learn. The faster you learn, the faster you earn. If you want to change your earning, change your learning. And I promise you, you'll change your life.
That's facts.
He was talking that stuff.
Indeed.
Hey.
That definitely motivated me a little bit.
Okay, to keep learning. It's a lot you gotta learn, bro. It's a lot we gotta learn.
Because a lot of time do pass by, bro.
For real.
A lot of time do pass by.
Like, it's almost 2025 already, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy.
For real.
That's crazy work.
For real. And think about how long we've been doing what we're doing. it don't even feel like we've been doing it for that long.
It feel like we just getting started, bro.
For real.
That's how I've been feeling lately. It just feel like I just been getting started with it.
For real. But if you think about it, that's kind of a good outlook because you know there's always something more to do. There's always something more to learn.
Exactly.
Hey, but Myron Golden did his thing though. He did his thing. But I know y'all, that's why I brought KB on here, bro. He was talking that, you feel me? But that's the end of this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love you, Tony. Peace and love.